Okay, before we get started, a quick disclaimer for you here on the case for the new generation of sound money. This presentation is for informational purposes only. This should not be considered legal, financial, or any other professional advice. Please consult a competent professional to get more information before making any investment decisions. And with that, it is great to be with you. We're excited to share our research and show you the case for the new generation of sound money. My name is R.C. Williams. Along with my business partner, Juliana Ormond, we're the co founders of SHERLOC, a market research and decision intelligence firm helping you to invest in answers. So, more than just market research, decision intelligence helps you to know what you didn't know, which you need to know in order to make the real and calculated decisions to get you to your desired goal, leveraging the gold mines and avoiding the landmines. We're also publishers of the investigative news site SherlockExposes.com, which constantly keeps an eye on what's happening. We've helped many businesses and industry leaders to grow and become the smartest people in the room. We're the go to experts for top media personalities and speakers, and our decision intelligence work has predicted the outcomes of elections, Supreme Court decisions, and Fortune 500 acquisitions. We've even had the unique opportunity to launch a local trade and barter company in the Florida market. This gave us a real appreciation of alternative currencies like trade and barter currency, as well as the power of parallel economies. The information that you'll see today is a result of our extensive work around the future of the economy of the United States and a number of other countries around the world. That research led to two key reports and our discovery of a solution to the threats against your wealth. In November of last year, we published our precious metals forecast for 2023. And in that forecast, we shared that the coming resource wars for precious metals would bring an upswing in value. Did you know that the central banks bought a record amount of gold in 2022? Each central bank around the world was well into the hundreds of tons of gold purchases. Combined with the need for precious metals for technology and quote unquote green products, demand looks like it's going to skyrocket, which means the value is going to skyrocket as well. So, thanks to Parable, our market research technology platform, let's take a look at how people are feeling about gold and silver. Now, in image one, you can see our first four quadrants here. And when we built the platform, we worked with psychologists to better understand how humans operate. What they shared with us is that generally how we feel about something or where it sits with us will fall into four basic categories. So you can see here under what's the story, either it's fluid, it comes and goes, it needs money to support the case and to stay in the public interest or this public mindset. Cultural is tribal in nature, hard club to get into, but very loyal. Perpetual is pretty self explanatory, much like life changing is. So you can see that here, gold and silver is in the perpetual category, but it's not in the life changing quadrant. Shouldn't that be the case? Now, if we take a look at the second box here, as I mentioned, we got the four quadrants when we worked with the psychologists. You can see that generally how people feel about something will fall into four basic quadrants. They're either sad, disengaged, upset, or pleased. But you can see that the general feeling here is people are very pleased about precious metals like gold and silver, right? I mean, it's gold and silver after all, right? So, what we did then is we dug inside of the emotions. If it's positive or negative, we really want to know what it is. And you can see here that the positive arc is a bit better than the negative, and that's a good thing, right? So, you're going to have market forces and things at play here. But when we see those strong positive responses, we certainly know we're on the right track. So we know that you received this video because one of the top questions running through your mind right now is exactly what's happening with our currency and our economy. You want to understand what is this thing called sound money and why is there a buzz about it? And what you should know and do with sound money and the information surrounding it. Well, we'd like to show you what we've discovered and why there's some really, really good news for you. Economically, right now, things are broken, and some of this you can see and feel. Food is more expensive, gas are going out. It feels like everything is broken, right? Well, here's what you don't see or feel yet, and what many others don't see or feel until it's too late. This goes way deeper than you've been led to believe. In our news publication, Sherlock Exposes, we've laid out how the forces of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, have colluded to steal your wealth and get uber rich in the process. Sherlock would like for you to keep all of this in mind. There are forces at play that are manipulating markets and making moves to get rich on the fear and panic that they create. Here's the good news, though. After this presentation, you'll understand how they do what they do, why, and how you can do many of the same things to your benefit and your family's benefit. Okay, so at this point, we want to share something with you guys. Have you seen this before? If not, this is the US debt clock, and you can find it at usdebtclock.org. It's a real-time feed. Now, take a look here. You can see that our national debt is over $31 trillion. So that means the average debt per taxpayer, that's you, is around $248,000. Now, look at the bottom line as well. Our debt to GDP ratio, that's our debt versus a measure of all of our economic activity. That's at 121%. And what that means is our debt is actually more than we produce. So how could that be? Well, we're broke. One more thing too, take a look at this. Look at the number for US unfunded liabilities. Did you all know that you're each on the hook for over $500,000 apiece? Wow. A while back, we ran a story on Sherlock Exposes about how $4 trillion in pension funds was basically being managed by amateurs, and how the entire system is set up to fail. And the question you have to ask yourself at this point is, how does something like this even happen? Oh, before we move on, I want to make sure that everyone knows the simple definition of inflation. This one is really important. Okay, here it is. It's too much money chasing too few things. And that's going to come up again in just a bit. Let's take a look now at what's happened with the US dollar since the creation of the Federal Reserve, that's the third central bank of the United States, in 1913. And I'll cue on a few highlights in this chart. Let's start in the beginning. In 1913, the Fed is created. Now, at the time, a dollar would get you a dollar gold coin if you walked into a bank and asked for it. Fast forward 20 years to 1933, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt criminalizes the possession of gold. That means your coins, your bullion, the gold in your teeth, give it all up. And that was for, at least at the time, people were thinking, stability purposes. Well, people turned it in. They got a token amount. Guess what the government did the next day? They reset the price and they made a killing. They had instant liquidity on the backs of people who had worked hard to secure gold and silver, and then they made it illegal for you to own it. Wow. Well, fast forward to 1944, the Bretton Woods Agreement. That was the agreement that made the dollar the world's reserve currency took place. Now, at this point, you may be thinking, hallelujah, right? We're going to be the world's reserve currency. What could go wrong now? Well, a lot. And it didn't get any better. By the time we get to 1971, President Richard Nixon has now taken the US off the gold standard, and funny money, fiat currency in the US, is born. Well, what happens then? A lot of credit, a lot of debt, and a really big mess. By 2020, the buying power of the dollar is about a penny and going down. Ouch. By the way, the majority of money ever printed in the United States was printed on or after January 1st, 2020. So you'll recall a moment ago, we talked about the definition of inflation. The simple definition is too much money chasing too few things. So let's talk about what happened during COVID. Well, we all got locked up, right? So we weren't able to go out. And there was a supply chain issue, supposedly, right? Well, here's the thing. There wasn't a shortage of products. The challenge is there was nobody to get those products off of ships and get them to us. So you've got this quote unquote supply chain issue going on. At the same time, you've got everybody locked up. Then the government decided to give us a lot of money to live. And then we get released. So guess what happens once we're out and we've got a bunch of money and there isn't enough stuff because they can't get it to us? You've got too much money chasing too few things. Congratulations on your inflation. Now, I would like for you to take a mental snapshot of this infographic about a dollar's worth, because I'm going to transition to a slide on the price of gold throughout history. Do you notice something interesting going on here? As the buying power of the dollar went down, gold went absolutely bonkers, especially in the period between 1990 and 2020. Look at the price of gold and how it held its value in comparison to the US dollar, which just continued on a downward trend. Now, this may sound crazy to you. Well, how could our economy crash, right? How could our currency just go kaput? Well, it may be crazy, but let me share something with you. There have been other countries whose currencies have lost their value before. Here's a few of them, right? We go back to World War I, right after World War I. The German mark. Remember the story of people with a wheelbarrow full of German marks going to buy a loaf of bread? Well, when their currency failed, the exchange rate was 1 trillion to 1. Argentina, 1975 to 1992, same challenge. Their exchange rate at death of their currency was 100 billion to 1. And the most recent one, if you're a Robert Kiyosaki fan, he actually carries a Zimbabwe $100 trillion bill in his wallet as a joke. But in 2009, their exchange rate at failure was 10 billion to 1. Folks, this can happen. And it'll happen right under your nose. Anybody that lived through these will tell you that you could feel some rumblings and something was wrong, but then one day it just went completely upside down. So at this point, we know what you're thinking right now, right? What do we do? Well, we've shared the foundation of the issues we face and why there's a case for a new generation of sound money. But let's clearly define the problem. So what we have here is a square peg round hole moment happening right now. Have you heard of something like this before? Okay, it's when things don't make sense. And in this case, the square peg round hole issue is you covering your assets and someone else trying to profit from them. So we'll make it simple. Here's the issue. You're trying to get assets that are too expensive from people you can't really trust. And if you actually do get the assets, you can't really do anything with them. Now, we actually had a friend who dealt with numbers 1 and 2. They went down that road and it cost them almost $100,000. Folks, this is real and you need to be informed. So like any good detective, Sherlock was on the case. And what we're doing is we're working on 3 key pillars. First, we needed a reliable source of sound money. Then we needed a reliable method of exchange. And then we needed a safe ecosystem to keep track of it all. So you're asking yourself now, well, why were those 3 pillars important? Because those 3 pillars provided solutions to the 3 key challenges we had to solve. Here they are. 1, the tangible problem. We needed a real product like real gold and silver. We had the usable problem. There was a huge technology gap to actually make this work. And then we had the value problem. How do you know if it's real or what it's worth or who you're getting it from? What to do? Well, we did what we do best. You guessed it. We found the solution. That's right. We found 3 products that solve the problem. Let's take a look. First up, sound money. We found a tangible source for sound money. It's trusted. You can buy $5 or $5 million in gold and silver, and you get expert guidance along your journey to collecting. Number 2 was a sound money wallet. Now, this is a game changer. It's a digital wallet that allows you to work in gold, silver, and cash conducting commerce all at the same time with no transaction fees from person to person. I'll talk about this more in a minute, and so will our friend Alicia. But this game changer gives you the ability to work in your own parallel economy without having to pay a bank. And number three, are you guys familiar with Christie's and Sotheby's, those high priced auction houses? Well, they've been around since the 1740s. And we found the modern day version of the auction house for gold and silver. This is amazing. You can track the value of collectibles in real time, buy them and sell them, and everything is verified by experts. Have you ever even heard of anything like this? It's the perfect solution for a modern day challenge. So, good news. We've got three different solutions: a tangible gold and silver source, a killer digital wallet, and a revolutionary digital auction house. Here's the kicker. What if I told you that a single company came up with all three solutions? Introducing 7K. It's like Costco for gold and silver, and we're super excited to share with you. So what we want to do now is show you how easy it is to use each of these things. Up first, our friend Alicia is going to walk us through the power of the 7K membership. Let's take a look.
7K makes grabbing your membership so simple. You will receive a link from the person who shared the membership with you. Go to Get Started, which will bring you to the enrollment page. Choose your country represented by your flag and fill in the information. It only takes a few minutes. After your sign-up process is complete, you'll want to go to your landing page and click on My Account. Then you click on Training at the bottom of the right column. That will bring you to this page. Click on the Training Center tab. In the first row of boxes, you go to the third box from the left, which is the buyer's certification. This training teaches you all that you need to know about bullion to give you confidence in converting your fiat currency to real money, which is gold and silver. In the next box to the right is the collector's training, which teaches you what you need to know about modern collectible coins so you can confidently move forward with your offensive strategy toward gold and silver.
Pretty amazing stuff, right, guys? So up next, Alicia's going to walk us through the power of the Sound Money digital wallet. Let's take a look.
The Sound Money wallet is so simple to use. There are many options, from transacting from member to member in cash, gold, or silver. After you have linked your bank account to your Sound Money wallet, you deposit some cash. Then you go to this section. You have the option to convert your fiat currency to real money. The choices in the Sound Money wallet are gold eagles or gold bars, or silver eagles or silver bars. In this scenario, I'm going to convert $5 toward a gold eagle. In this account, you'll notice that the current balance is $951 and change. So I'm going to go to Buy and put in $5. You will see that it shows the current cost of a gold eagle. Below that is the fractional amount of that $5 in ounces, and notice below that the transaction takes place immediately when I click Buy. Then I go back to the dashboard, and you will see that the balance toward the gold eagle has increased by $5 from $951 to $956. It's as simple as that. It's really kind of like a layaway plan. As I continue to add to this daily, weekly, or monthly, whatever works best for my budget, I will eventually have enough for the total price of a gold eagle. At that time, I can choose to have it shipped to me, or I can choose to have it stored in the 7K private vault that is covered with sufficient insurance to protect my gold. If I choose to send cash or silver or gold to another member again, I do it from this page. I'm choosing to now send $5 in cash to another 7K member. Note, there's a $404 balance in the cash account. Here, the name of the member is already stored in this account. I click here to choose the member and click Send. The other member will receive their money and an email within seconds. You'll see that the cash balance has decreased because it's now in the other member's account. That's the Sound Money wallet.
So now Alicia is going to walk us through the power of stack and sell. Let's take a look.
7K has launched a powerful platform called Stack and Sell. Our collectible coins all have a barcode that we can scan. This allows you to view all of your collectibles from your phone or computer, creating a digital inventory and appraisal, including the price you paid, the current market value, and the equity. It's also a safe and secure marketplace that provides the opportunity to buy and sell coins with members and non-members, both nationally and internationally. Now I'm going to show you a coin from the State Animal Series that I was privileged to receive in the Auto Saver program. It's called the Idaho Appaloosa. I paid $139 in December of 2020, and now the current market value is $1,039, giving me an equity of $900. Now, I'm not saying that every coin performs this well, but I'm so thankful that I chose the Auto Saver program so I didn't miss out on this valuable coin. I can't guarantee how any coin is going to perform, but what I can say is diversifying in the collectible market has made a huge impact in my offensive strategy with gold and silver.
So guys, as you can see, 7K gives you all that you need with the 7K membership, the Sound Money wallet, and Stack and Sell. And 7K has built a membership just for us. You see, after all that we learned about 7K, Stack and Sell, and the Sound Money wallet, as a fellow technology company, as well as a deep market research firm, we had to grab our 7K membership. You know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. And joining them is exactly what Juliana and I did. Now, if you're just wanting to dabble in the world of collecting, the $199 membership might be right for you. But if you're wanting to get all of the perks of a robust membership for collecting, the $499 membership is going to be the one for you. As a side note, if you personally received this video from Juliana or myself and you're ready to get started, just go to SHERLOCEZ.com. That's SHERLOCEZ.com. It's on the screen there, or you can use the QR code. If you happen to receive this video from someone else you know, please ask them for their information and they'll get you set up. 85% of our members grab a membership solely so that they can be a part of gold, silver, and collectibles in the market. But if you're like the other 15% of people and you would like to learn how to make your 7K membership pay for itself, here's a 7-minute video clip that explains it all. And I'll be back at the end of the video. So enjoy.
So who are we? We are 7K, a community of people on a mission to help each other create financial independence, preserve wealth, and create an exceptional life through both good and bad economic times. 7K was founded in 2016 by these 4 individuals with over 100 years of combined business experience. They all have different skill sets and strengths, but all share the same values and belief in helping the average family get ahead. Together, they set out to create a vehicle for people to find more hope and less stress. That vehicle is now a membership, much like Amazon Prime, Spotify, Hulu, or countless other companies that also have a membership, but much more powerful. With a 7K membership, one of the easiest ways to start is by grabbing a little bullion. Bullion is non-collectible gold and silver. Non-collectible gold or silver is a great way to shore up the defensive side of your wealth portfolio. 7K makes it easy. They carry physical gold and silver in different forms. They only sell the things they have in inventory. You won't find minimums or maximums, period. You can literally start with $1 if that's your current budget. And one of the coolest things is the 7K has made transacting in gold and silver possible again. It makes it easy for you to create and execute a good defensive strategy. But there isn't a good sports team in history that has won a championship on defense alone. Just like that, you will also need a very good offensive strategy. That offensive strategy can be found inside of collectibles. The collectible market has proven to be a robust way for wealthy families around the world to not only protect, but also grow their wealth, and more importantly, their legacy. A collectible usually has to be rare or low mintage, has to have unique or artistic designs, a great story, or have historic significance. So if you look at the paper this amazing Spider-Man comic book from 1962 is printed on, it's only worth a couple of dollars. In 2021, this comic book sold for a record $3.6 million. The person or family that bought this book was not buying the paper. They were buying the emotion, the art, rarity, story, and other things they found valuable about this book. In fact, most wealthy families that are playing the collectibles game are doing it not only for their financial protection or gain, but also to preserve their family legacy. If you look at the top 5 places wealthy families turned in order to protect and grow their wealth during the financial crisis of 2008, you will see that 3 of the 5 things are collectible in some way. And the other 2? Sound money. Unfortunately, not many families have an extra million or two laying around to buy high-end collectibles, nor would they even know where to start. But 7K is bridging the gap so that the average family can start playing the game with rare, unique, but also affordable collectibles through modern coins. In 2004, a coin called Tiffany Art No. 1 hit the market for about $90. Now $90 doesn't seem unreasonable for the average family to scrape together in order to add this incredible coin to their wealth portfolio. Today though, if you wanted to go buy this same coin, it would cost you at least $8,000. But the metal in the coin is only worth roughly $50 today. The additional value in the coin is due to the rarity, story, beauty, or whatever else a potential buyer finds to be valuable. That is the added leverage or offense collectibles can add to a wealth portfolio. You can see here just a few more examples of the same thing play out in other coins. Modern collector coins have a very good track record over the last 20 to 30 years of being a powerful tool inside of the offense of a well-rounded wealth strategy. 7K not only offers some of the best coins from around the world, but also designs and mints its own coins, giving 7K members exclusive or first access. 7K also makes adding cool, unique, and rare collectible coins extremely easy through one of the most powerful member benefits called the Autosaver. The Autosaver program takes all of the thinking out of collecting and leverages the experts at 7K to send you a rare and exclusive collectible coin every single month. It is truly a set it and forget it, zero discipline approach to automate your collectible asset stacking. You will just need to choose one of the options you like best and watch them show up at your door every month. There are other ways you can also take your stacking to the next level though, with your own shopping cart called 7K Selected and also special sales called Coin Drops. 7K provides many ways to win with collectible gold and silver. As you can see here, Eddie Spears has spent very little time to get a massive head start making sure a wealth legacy comes from him. All the same, Chris Lattin Sr. says he collects both bullion and collector coins, and you can see he has built a very nice stack. He even claims it is now one of his most valued possessions because of what it will mean for him and his family in the future. Gold and silver are not only effective, but can also be super fun. But 7K is much more than just a gold and silver company. Their focus is to help in any way possible you build the legacy that you feel is important. As you dig into the membership at 7K, you will find many different member benefits to help you build that legacy from many different angles. Each could be an important tool in your financial strategy to reduce the stress of the current economy and add more hope for the future. Although you will have plenty of support early on to help you get started in your journey with precious metals, being a proficient and educated buyer is an important component to hitting your new goals. The buyer certification training will help you find what type of buyer you might be, what goals you might have based on what is important to you, and also what type of defensive strategy you might want to set up for yourself. The collector certification will help you move towards a winning offensive strategy, teaching you all you need to know about the ins and outs of the collectible coin world, what types you might be interested in, and also some expert tips from a world-renowned coin expert. As you dig into collectibles more, you will also find the power of collections, and inevitably, you will be searching for a coin to complete a certain series or set that isn't for sale on the first-hand market anymore. The next member benefit helps solve that problem of where you might find that coin, along with other problems that were previously obvious in the collectible coin market. Stack and Sell is a complete and robust marketplace that values authenticity. Now you can easily buy graded collectible coins from other collectors without worry. It also features the world's first inventory system for collectors where you can track what coins you have and what their current values are.
So guys, as entrepreneurs, leaving money on the table just is not in our vocabulary. As a matter of fact, having multiple streams of income is all we've done as business owners. So when you realize that 7K also has a referral program, we were in. How about you? Just use the information on your screen there to find out more or to get signed up. You can go to SHERLOCEZ.com or just use the QR code on your screen. It will take you there.